Good morning, everyone. So grateful that you're here with us. First, I want to just mention you heard the resolution from Cary Street Church. Just to say a word about the church, because they were with Mamie every step of the way from the time she joined with her husband, Jimmy Charles. And after he passed and while she stayed there in Arkansas, she was right across from the church, and that church has been with her right up to this very moment. And it's the kind of church where during COVID, when she said, "Oh, I'm fine, I don't need anything," somebody will just drop off some toilet tissue on her doorstep. And it's the kind of church where if she called the pastor for prayer. And then she told me later, he prayed with me, but I think he was in a meeting, and I need to apologize. So when I called him back about that, he said, "Oh, I wasn't in a meeting, I was getting a pedicure." And so when I started praying, everybody else was praying too. But that's the kind of church, and I really, really appreciate Cary Street Church and Reverend Curry. I want to just talk about my big sister. Anybody who's had a big sister know what I mean. Mamie, my whole life I knew her because I'm the second born, and first it was just the two of us, then the boys came later. And but recently, I think it was some months ago, Mamie told me something I didn't know. She said, "Do you know that when you would be crying and Mom would come in the room and then she didn't know why you were crying and then she left out? Well, it was because I was pinching you when she wasn't in the room." But other than that, Mamie was our protector, our big sister. And she went ahead of me. She was a year ahead, so in school she always told me what was coming up next. So when we got to what was then called junior high, she said, "Today I learned about Socrates." So I said, okay, that sounds interesting. So later I found out that was the great philosopher Socrates. So in our later years, when Mamie was alone in Arkansas, living alone, and we would talk every day, nearly every day, and we look forward to that conversation. And then at one point, she wanted to study Hebrew because she wanted to learn more about the original language of the Bible. So she would tell me phrases and things, and we would talk to each other back and forth with different things. And then we got in the habit of saying, "I love you," when we're signing off with ahaba. And a few weeks ago, I said, I need to look up the spelling of that word and the pronunciation. So when I looked it up, it was ahava with a V. So when I saw Mamie, by then she wasn't really awake all the time, but we were still talking, and I told her, we've been mispronouncing our sign-off. It's really ahava. And then I said, it has a much deeper meaning than I knew. It means all types of love, every type of love you can think of. It's romantic love, it's love of family, and most important is love of God. But it's not just love, but it's service and devotion. And it's supposed to be, it is the highest vibration that we can take into our heart. But as I was saying that to her, she was kind of half asleep, and she was saying the same things I was saying back to me. So I just want to say but we said ahaba so much, and she would say ahaba with a lot of feeling, that word now carries the love as well. So to Mamie, sister, thank you. And you said thank you to me so many times. I just want to say thank you too. And ahaba, Mamie. I'm glad your spirit is free and your soul is at rest with the Lord.